Hey people, welcome to the dance lab. And up there, it says up on the wall, it says Jazz Days 2012. Jazz 2012 was an amazing day for me as an individual because I evidenced, first of all, I was a storyteller. I won an award. I was one of 8 people who was given an award by the Contact Theatre to get a week training to pitch a play that I created to them, so I could get further training from them, further mentoring and training from them to develop it into a play from the Contact Theatre, from New York and from Europe. Do you understand? As an individual. So I was one of 8 people. It was really good because I was the only dancer who was a storyteller among them. That was important because do you know that many dancers don't act? And that's one of the things I saw up and down, thinking, wow, many dancers, I go up and down the country, and what happens, many dancers have not learned the art of acting and storytelling. So that's one of the greatest things. So I was glad when I was among individuals for it as an individual. From 2012, I got offered an opportunity to tour it with Rural Touring, because the woman from Rural Touring was there. She came to me and said, when you put the play together, come and see me, etc., etc. So it was brilliant because in 2012, what happened was, while I was on the course, I had a house fire. And everything for the play, everything for the play, because I was going to do the play within a non-conventional setting where I had props, vintage play, vintage clothes, typewriters, all that was all lost through a house fire I had. Amazing story took place. And so, wow, I had a house fire. And in the house fire, I lost the ability to think, boom, everything. And I was in hospital, and I was thinking, what are you going to do? You're in this event. Are you going to go in or not? And I thought, you're only going to live once, and then we're going to die. Isn't it better to die on stage? And that's the type of mentality I had. So what happened, I contacted the Contact Theatre and told them, look, I'm still going to be in the event. I'm still going to come and pitch. And look out for me. So basically, the day of the pitching, I got out probably 5 hours before the event. I had to go and get my hair cut. I had to go and buy some new clothes. It was I tell you, I couldn't even think. But it's amazing how you can still improvise. And so what was beautiful for me as an individual, I was given the number 7. Number 7 is one of my lucky numbers as an individual to pitch my pitch. And I had a sterile script that I was going to read because I could not remember anything. And I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 6 people pitch before me. I mean, such great competitors. Made people laugh. I was belly aching watching other people. But I'm a person, I draw from all the energy that others bring. It's like improvisation, jam sessions, just like the bebop cool musicians. You listen intently, you watch intently to what they're doing. So when you come to improvise on the bandstand, it reflects what you've heard, what you've seen as an actor, if you're an improvisational actor, if you're an improvisational dancer, improvisational rapper. It reflects. It's not something out of the blue. It's in context. So I saw these performances and they were just brilliant. So I thought, I had the script in my hand and I thought, you know what? I need to go out there and try to win. So that was a beautiful thing, and I was glad I did that. Because what happened, the style script wouldn't have worked. I would never won. It's like being safe. And in jazz, you can't be safe. You know what I mean? The philosophy of jazz, you can't be safe. You've got to take risks. So I took risks that day. And I went to the stage with a sterile script and just improvised. Now, what happened, part of the pitching, you have to have certain requirements in it. Like when you go for a job, there's certain essential things you have to talk about. I knew I was going to miss them, but I didn't really care. I thought, I'm not going to win this, but I'm going to try to win it. You never know, I might be able to do it. And I improvised well. I was very happy with my performance. I was belly aching. They were belly aching. I did new things I've never done before. And I got offered an opportunity by Royal Touring to perform it when I get it together. And that was a brilliant thing. That was 2012. And that was only to evidence that I did this. The reason was I was written off, you see. To giving people a really understanding. I had sepsis. Never mind carbon monoxide poisoning. I had sepsis. I left university, approved time out, not finished my degree. I was using all the arts activities to get myself back on track. I wanted to do a film. around the skills I had, my dance skills, and where it took me, etc. It took me to university. I got an amazing place on Business Innovation Enterprise, only 4 years old, in Oxford Brookes University. That was an amazing feat. I put in a very competitive personal statement, and it was easy to do because I realised all my life I've been involved in the arts, performing arts in a wide range of ways, and I gained a lot of business and entrepreneurial knowledge, experience and skills. So I put a really good personal statement together, and that got me a place, and I got IT skills, and I was doing an IT course, which is new. You need that for new development. If anybody who's going to be working in the industry, creative culture industries, you have to have an IT connection, social media connection. So I had that. So Brooks saw that as something progressive, forward thinking, because I realized I had to do that as an individual. So cut long story short, I came back and I involved myself in showing people I could act, because one of the things was I had a virus in 2005 when I entered university, and what happened, I had 8 towers of information of my archive over the years, drumming, dancing, performing, everything got viruses. So when you get a virus, the disk destroyed everything on 8 towers I had. So I went there, basically university, to establish a degree in business and basically research all the material from the towers, put it all together into programs, etc., etc. I couldn't do that no longer. So I had to start from the beginning again. It's an amazing story took place. But I had to start from the beginning again because I found that I had dyslexia in university. And so what happened, I was around, the whole thing about university was around leadership. And leadership was now talking about, tell us your journey. Well, when I got to university, I discovered that I was dyslexic. 41 years I was diagnosed as slow learner. So now I understood, for the first time I understood why I had the challenges I had, why I had ailments, where I had learning difficulties. I failed exams, I couldn't pass exams all the time. For many years, my life was impeded by the inability to pass exams. I do it year in, year out. And so it led to me to involve myself in developing my skills from a vocational perspective in everything I wanted to do. Do you understand? And now, university, and getting to university, first of all, it made me recognize as a leader, I'd learned to overcome learning difficulties, challenges, ailments that I had, and injuries, dance injuries I had. And it was amazing because it opened a new focus to my leading. And I went there to do a business, and the first thing you have to do is self-assess yourself as a leader, a manager, and as a developer. And now I could attach a new thing to it: dyslexic leader, dyslexic manager, dyslexic developer. And what I did, I created coping mechanisms to overcome these things, and dyslexics are recognized for that. So going to university improved my health needs, improved my academic needs, and it improved my healing needs, because people didn't know I was on a degree before and I had a bad experience and I had to leave as a self-sustained student. You know what I'm saying? I had a positive experience, but I had a negative incident at the end where I was robbed. 3-story house was robbed, money was taken. I was a self-sustaining student doing well. I did the first year of a degree, I did a performance certificate, and I did a foundation first to teacher training, dance and sports teacher training, travel throughout Europe looking at dance teacher training. That opened me up to doors of the business of dance teacher training and the qualification level. Because what happened in Europe, they don't have degree teachers, they have masters, and I wanted to go to Europe. So my new focus was to have a master's in dance and use that from a business, because I wanted to go into Europe and I wanted to go to America. And what happened, cross-training was in. So when I went, I did dance teacher, sports teacher training, but I got introduced to the commercial world of dance and sports teacher training, and I wanted to enter that world. And that happened through Bedfordshire. So I expected to do a degree, I didn't finish it off. And again, I came to do a degree, I got blood poisoning, never finished. So 2012 was a very, very important year in me sharing the advanced leadership skills I had, and I did that successfully. From I came back from university 2009 to 2012, I was involved in the leading festivals. The reason was because I had advanced knowledge and experience and skills, and I could evidence it, and that was important. So else I wouldn't have gotten the opportunities. I was involved in contact theatres, first contact in the World Leadership Summit ever to happen, because I told you leadership was big. I was one of the consultants for it. I did that in a voluntary capacity. And then the same time, MMU called me to be part of their student leadership Again, I just come from university, so I was a warden at university. I was a student experience person at university. I was a tour guide at university. So I brought that wealth of leadership within the arts, but also actually directly as a student, what I did, student empowering student programs, student empowering community programs into MMU. I was the one that did project management for a project to develop under what's called Cultural Elevations with the president, the first black president of MMU. And that was a brilliant experience. I had a good and negative experience, but what it is in life, that's how it goes. There's good and negatives. But what happened, it was all around leadership. So I'm in my house and it's chilling out. It's the 30th of August, 2020. COVID's here and the leadership has totally changed, hasn't it? Wow. Now everybody has to be online. It's just changed up. And you have to be able to, share information with individuals. I am with the mask on because you might as well basically start practicing, because people might have to be doing lectures. Remember, people doing performances with masks on. DJs are doing performances with masks on now, as long as we're social isolating each other. This is a crazy thing that's going on, but it has to be done. So I'm a person, I like different types of masks. I'm a person who's got asthma, and I've done very well because I've learned to cope with it. I practiced outside with the mask, danced in the mask, and you'll see some of the videos I've done. COVID warrior artist as an individual. But one of the key things I want to share with people, one of my inspirational characters is definitely Basquiat. You have to look him up, as an artist, because he's self-taught, you see. And he had his own place, and this is my own place where I engage in my creativity and engage in my reflection, engage in my dancing. And it's beautiful because I don't even need this place, because right now the laptop or even the iPad with access to the internet, because for me as an individual, I like to see UK jazz dance, how people engage in it all across the world and how they're leading it. Love what they're doing in Japan. Love what they're doing in Europe. The only thing that's happened has been there's been a miseducation, misrepresentation. Not their fault. It's not their fault as an individual. And it's not people's fault. It's just happened due to oppression, due to discrimination, prejudices as an individual, due to withheld videos. So now you would never hear this oral history from a dancer. And I'm Manchester's longest dancer in history, and one of them in the UK. You would never be able to hear it. And most people won't even be still dancing. It's just because I'm at the advanced stage of my leadership. And as I said, it's all around leadership now. And we're being called to the table to present information, oral history, written history, and video history is important for people to see. So a lot of people who see my videos are saying, boy, how can you be so creative in the dance? In your dancing, it's not just one style, because I was all styles from the beginning, and originally it never started from one all styles. And this is what's happened. The commercial world is sort of compartmentalized UK jazz dance, or soul, disco and funk. It wasn't like that. These all dances were happening in one space at the same time before, due to racism, due to discriminations, due to prejudices. They were done in one place, people's homes. So first, blacks didn't have, when they first immigrated to everywhere they went, they didn't have amenities for what they wanted to do, so they used their homes first. And that's why a lot of dancers, the labs, are still at home, because the records are there. The records that inspired them, the books that they collected, the talks they had, the debates to early hours in the morning. We had creative hubs. Western society now is calling it creative hubs. So I want to give you a prime example of the creative hubs. Let's go back to the original days of how bebop and how cool and modern was created. It was done in bedrooms. People was in hotel rooms, practiced for hours. Then they had a place called Minton's. They didn't tell everybody where that place was. The same with us. I had a top crew. I've been in many top crews, dance crews. We didn't tell people where we rehearsed. We just went there and did what we had to do. And so what happened, and mainly it was people's homes. Do you understand? Right. It was many people's homes. Stay with them weekend, weeks at a time. Bum, bum, practicing to create new ideas that were original. And we would use the same philosophy, which is improvisation. Improvisation is what? Improvisation is what? Explore, pushing the boundaries. Nothing. Explore anything you want. Devise a way to learn, think and develop. And then create something original and innovative from it. Something authentic, something different. So I'm working with a writer now. I love working with that writer because she writes, I love her style, and she can write in different diverse styles like me as a dancer. And, her advertisement, I'm creative and original. I'm creative and original. Yeah, this is my home. It's creative and original. The dancers I moved with, they all had creative and original homes. They were all creative, original in the dancing. They were all creative in the learning, the thinking, and the developing themselves. Have you got that? Blue K Jazz Dance out. Take it easy.